Today we are going to downtown Toronto for a harbor front cruise. Yeah?
Beaver Tails.
Okay. Is that the landmark? So where do we park?
Okay, bababa ako kayo dito.
Okay. So you're gonna park and we'll just wait for you there, okay? The Beaver Tails area. There is CN Tower.
here, Alexa.
The last time we did the Harbourfront cruise was when Alexa was around 4 to 5 years old, and we wanted to do it again because there have been tremendous, remarkable changes over the last decade. There's so many buildings now, both commercial and residential, and you still see a lot of cranes erected, which is a sign that there will still be more to come in the next few years or decades.
So these are water taxis that will bring you to the center island in Toronto.
Three of us.
Three, perfect. Enjoy
Thank
the
you.
tour. Hi, how are you? All the way to the back to see that.
What? The back.
Baka maingay dito.
You think so? No, we're good here.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard the Triton 6. My name is John, and I'll be your always talented, always capable, be always in control, be very handsome if I do say so myself, Captain Zach. Everybody say hi to Captain Zach for me. Both Zach and myself are both fully licensed with Transport Canada to operate this vessel, and the boat herself is fully Transport Canada certified. Both Zach and myself are trained in marine emergency duties, CPR, galleries, museums. This really is one of the nicest places in the city to find yourself, whether you are a tourist or a local. This is, however, a very new feature of Toronto. Before all these big glass and steel condo towers went up, we had a very different type of building here. Lots of it was completed in 1927. It was Canada's largest warehouse. Just next door, this red brick building with the smokestack is now today, that was a coal burning facility up until the year 1980, meaning just 40 years ago, we did have a noxious polluting coal burning facility. Shipped them off to Hamilton, Ontario. Sorry, Hamilton. We did clean up our waterfront, however. We have fully renovated lots of these old industrial buildings. The Queens Quay Terminal today serves as a base of operations for numerous stores. There's some restaurants in there, a barber shop as well, a dance theater, and of course, luxury condos. The power plant is now a free trying one of their beers if you do find yourself at the Amsterdam, perhaps the Bone Shaker. It is a personal favorite of mine. However, please do yourself a further favor. Do not try all of their beers in one sitting. If you have too much to drink, it is a very, very short drunken stumble. It's up to you. Please consider the alternative. Our closest Coast Guard station is in Prescott, Ontario. If you guys aren't familiar with Prescott, it's about a 3.5-hour drive east of here near Kingston. Continuing along, you guys will see the base of the CN Tower. I'll wait to talk about the tower. Do we have any longtime Torontonians on board who can recall the original name of the Rogers Centre? The Sky Dome, that is correct. In case any of you guys are curious about how it got this name, it does have that white domed roof, which opens up to the sky. It was in fact the world's launch with their retrofit of Olympic Stadium. It opened 2 years before the Sky Dome. But we here in Toronto did get the last laugh on that one. The first time we tried to open their stadium roof, it promptly broke down and never closed again.
That's sad.
The roof at the Rogers Centre does still work to the Toronto Inner Harbour out to Lake Ontario. The most common boat to find in the Western Gap is the Maryland Melville Hearst. That is the world in one place in particular. This island off to the right, Airport Island, home to Billy Bishop City Centre International Airport, a very long name for a very small airport. I do mean small in terms of size. This is actually one of the busiest airports we have in Canada, the 9th busiest to be precise. Millions and millions of passengers will pass through on a regular year to Montreal and back. It's primarily used by Porter Airlines, but there are also some flight training schools, and Air Canada's budget airline does also offer some flights here. Slower propeller planes, obviously, is that we can't fly as far. But we have not extended our runway here at Billy Bishop for 2 main reasons. The first one is a practical reason. This airport is on an island. It's not as simple as paving a longer runway. If you want a longer runway, you're going to need a longer island. This is Canada's 9th busiest airport. So we do keep our planes propellered, which keeps them quiet. Now our waterfront residents don't have to worry about any planes flying overhead as to keep out. They mark the Billy Bishop Island Airport exclusion zone where no ships are allowed due to the risk of incoming and outgoing aircraft. Especially on very windy days, these planes will have to come down almost right to the water's edge and count for us, so I for one am quite glad he kept us far away from those buoys. It's quite possible that they were going to head up north into what was then known as Upper Canada. Off to the left-hand side, you guys are getting a look at Muggs Island, and off to the right, you guys can see Hanlon's Point. So Hanlon's Point is named after the Hanlon family. This is a show which featured 2 horses, King and Queen, who would march themselves up 40-foot tall wooden platforms, that's about 12 meters into the air, and then do synchronized dives into the waters of Lake Ontario. Now, I did hear that we did have a couple baseball fans on board in Toronto. He played a game with the Providence Grays at Maple Leaf Baseball Stadium. When he came up to home plate, he swung and he hit the ball so hard it went flying right out of the park and landed in the waters below. This baseball player would become known as Babe Ruth, the greatest baseball player of all time. Given that he was a then unknown rookie, nobody thought to go and collect his first round. Now, this is one of many photo opportunities that you guys will have, so I do want to lay out some ground rules. You are all more than welcome to stand up, walk around the boat, and take your photos.
Cottage ka? Kanina for 25 years.
Okay, ladies and gents, do not worry if you didn't catch that perfect post. Find some small mammals up on the land, raccoons and foxes, for instance. In the water, you'll find muskrats and beavers, turtles, various fish species like bass, perch, and pike. and also a limited salmon population in the fall. They are slowly making a comeback. What you're really going to spot out here are a lot of those bird species. The Toronto Islands are located right along a major North American migratory flight path, and because of that, hundreds get cold here in Toronto. I'm sure you guys have heard of our Canadian winters. They do get cold enough that the inner harbor and the channels and lagoons of the islands will freeze. As ice expands, it will crack your hull like a tin can. Then when the spring melt comes, your boat will fill with water and be found on the bottom of Lake Ontario. You generally want to avoid this, especially if you're planning on living. Island Marina is located on Center Island. If you and your kids are looking for something to do, I highly recommend it. Visit out here. I'm going to do now a very short and incomplete boat cruise that'll be talking over it. You guys are about to get that skyline view I was telling you about earlier. Captain Zach is going to clear some shallow water on either side of our boat, make a big right-hand take your photos. I just ask that everybody on board please respect everybody else's personal space. And while you are not taking your photos, if you are moving around the boat, consider wearing your mask. I am going to make my way around now to answer any lingering questions which you guys may have. If you don't have any questions, then just sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride.
When we first came here 20 years ago, this skyline is not too dense. There's not a lot of, well, there were a lot of buildings, but not this much. But now it has totally changed. The skyline is lined with so many buildings. Nice thing.
As Niagara Falls, or eat at the 360, a 360-degree rotating restaurant. They will serve you a 3-course meal over. If you do find yourself at the 360, remember, the railing beside you does not rotate along with the rest of the restaurant. One woman did make headlines a few years back when she put down her baby to sleep beside her while she was eating and didn't notice it was far until I fully tied up the boat and let you know that it is safe to disembark. Other than that, guys, stay healthy, stay safe, and I'll see you on the Toronto Islands soon. Have a good one, guys.
Thank you. Awesome.
Just watch your step on the way out, folks.
Oh, that's okay. Thank you so much. You're too kind. Have a
Thank
good day.
you.
Just watch your step.
Take care. So we're going to have lunch. If you want to learn sailing, yeah, you go here. Sailboats. Lessons. Watch out. And here are the kayaks and canoes.